Hi everyone, I am going to react to Houseki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous, episode 9. In last episode, we lost Antarcticite to the Lunarians. Like, yo, that episode made me cry, man. Because you had, after Antarcticite saved Phos from the ice water, he looked like all over the place to try to find the arms, but he couldn't. And then he was so upset, and then the master sent them to the Cord shore, which is where they're born, right? They went there, tried to look for some materials for Phos's arms, but what they found was gold and something else, and they were like, the gold is malleable or something, and it's really heavy. But then they used it on Phos, and then the gold started acting up in case Phos in this gold box of some kind. Then the Lunarians showed up. They took away her arm, was it arm? I think it was the arm. Took away the arm, and he ran after it like, you can take my master's memories away from me. Tried everything that he can, and I think he got it back. And then Phos wanted help. He went to help. And then I don't know what they said, was like, shut up, and just like cut off his head and just like destroyed him and just taking him away. And then I'm getting emotional thinking about this. And then Phos tried so hard like to get to him, but he couldn't. And then the master was late because those Lunarians came up with another way to bound him and delay him, and he wasn't there in time for Antarcticite. And I'm like, yo, I'm feeling emotional just talking about it. I don't even want to think about how Phos is going to be feeling this episode. I don't even know. Like, I hope there's a way they can get him back, man, because this sucks. This really sucks. Before we get into this episode, if you like my reactions, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, because it helps a lot. And then if you want to see the full length for this reaction and all my previous reactions, you can check them out on my Patreon. You can also have early access to a few of the animes that I'm reacting to right now. And yeah, consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/philly. And now, let's get into this episode. Here we go. And while he was disintegrating, I felt like he looked so beautiful, but then, I don't know. And what actually like made me broke down even more that episode was that just when it ended, they showed the sort of like a bathtub or whatever of where Antarctica was as a liquid, and then like turned solid, right? That was just the like that's the thing that they were showing, and then this sad music in the background, and I'm like, yo, like he's not gonna go back in there anymore. I'm like, they upset me. Spring. So that means the other gems will be waking up, right? Like hibernation's gonna be over. Oh, gold heals. Yeah, the gold sort of like. She has short hair. Whoa. She looks really serious, like. She has changed. Whoa. Yo. I just realized that her hair is sort of like Antarcticized a little. I like the fact that she seems clearly stronger, but like I don't like that she has lost her joy, I guess. Oh yeah, and she's using Antarcticides. Ugh. That is Antarcticide soul, right? Is she hallucinating? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Like, really? Don't do this to me. I understand that they're excited about all that, but I'm like, yo, can y'all leave her alone? Like, she's been through a lot. But it's so cool. Aww. What was that name again? I forgot. Amethysta. Okay. They're like little kids, man. I feel like that's where he was. Is it this? Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Can y'all go away? Oh, now he's gonna be able to help. Like he didn't kick Shikon before. Ish. Girl, don't, just still be careful. She just split her arm into two. What's that look in his face? Like, what is he thinking? Is he jealous? What's up with that? Or is it something else? This episode, like when I started to sort of like recap what happened last episode, like I really felt like I was about to cry again. And then when they got into this episode and you see Phos, like she changed. She had this hardness about her. And it took me a while to realize that she cut her hair to sort of resemble Antarcticide, and then she was using her sword and all that. And then when those Lunarians like started attacking, and then how she used her new powers, I guess, to defeat them, like it was so cool. But there was just this sadness about her and about me, like that I was feeling like all throughout. And then when she was like she can't go to sleep because she kept replaying that in her head. And then she had these little pieces of Antarcticide in a bowl on a table, and then she just sat down there, and then it turned into a version of Antarcticide. And then when they sort of like replaying her breaking apart again, I'm like, yo, like I don't want to see that, because I was already feeling like I was about to cry, and then you're showing it to me again, and I'm like, if I'm feeling like that, how much worse is Phos feeling each time she goes to sleep? She sees that, like, no. And then when they all, like spring came, like they all woke up, and then all of them, they saw how much Phos has changed. And while she was displaying her powers, trying to explain the Lunarians and the different forms of the Lunarians now and all that, they were like, oh my gosh. At first they were afraid, but then they're like, she's like, it's not something to be afraid of. She tries to make it seem okay for them. And then they all wanted to, like, I don't know, the way they were just jumping on her. I understand their enthusiasm in wanting to like see how it all works, wanting to see more of it and all that. Like I understood that, but I'm like, yo, like she just went through something traumatic. Like Antarcticide saved her, and I keep saying dying, but like if they're able to get the pieces back, then she's gonna be fine, right? But like she just saw something traumatic, and I don't know, she has changed so much based off of that. So to see them being all uppity up, like uppity up, being so happy-ish, trying to figure Phos out. I'm like, yo, can y'all like come down and just let her be at least for a while, so that she can assimilate everything that she has gone through, and maybe after that then y'all can do your experiments and all that. I don't know, like that's just how I was feeling as they were doing all that. Maybe because I'm still upset with Antarcticide's death, I guess. And then the master went to sleep because he's been awake with Phos all this time, because Phos didn't want to go to sleep because of the nightmares she's having. So he didn't go to sleep with her. And now he like sort of dance and then head through wall and fell asleep. So they're like, okay, now they need to do this rotation where when the master's asleep, then they do this rotation where they need everybody else to do something or other. So they're like, Phos, can you handle a lookout, I guess? And then yeah, she's like, yeah, because she's been doing that ever since Antarcticide died, I guess, with the master's help. So she's like, yeah, she can handle it. And then she handled it. And the amethysts were like, oh my gosh, this is so cool and all that. And then you had Daya and Bort like looking at her. Daya was clearly impressed. I just don't know what Bort is thinking. Like, she's like, Fosfolito. And then what? Like, is he upset that it seems like Phos is stronger than him now? Or is it something else? I don't know. I was just feeling like the weight of Antarcticide's death. I was still feeling it like throughout this episode. So if I was not like, hey, happy like all the time, I like that's why. Because like I said, I'm still not okay with that. Thank you guys for watching this reaction, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you next time for my reaction to Land of the Lustrous episode 10. And if you want to see that reaction right now, you can do so by checking out my Patreon, and you can also see full length of all my anime reactions there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on Thursday.